Hello guys and welcome to a new episode of the Football plus F1 show. As today we're going to talk about yesterday's Premier League games, and also we're going to games from other European leagues, and also we're going to talk about Formula 1 Brazilian Grand Prix. So let's get started. Let's start with the Premier League, the football first, as there was 5 games yesterday. 5 games. It's quite not normal on a Sunday weekend, but it's a Sunday in the Premier League. But anyway, Crystal Palace drew 0-0 with Brighton. Aston Villa smashed Bournemouth, who have been fantastic this season, 4-0. Nottingham Forest win 3-1 against Leeds United. Brentford win 3-1 against Newcastle, and one of the goals of Brentford, especially the Kevin Shedd goal, came from from a long throw-in, and it was a similar goal to Stoke City's goal years ago when they scored against Arsenal from Rory Delap, and that was a typical long throw-in and goal. But Brentford deserved to win. Yes, Newcastle went down to 10 men and it helped them in the end, but Newcastle United, their form in the Premier League has been very, very inconsistent. Is it time? I know I might be exaggerating, but is it time for Eddie Howe to leave? Because yes, they've done well domestically and done well in the Champions League and the Carabao Cup, but in the league they've been a very poor run of form. Do they need someone who's a top quality manager to take them to the next level? Because Eddie Howe, he's a very good manager, but is he going to take Newcastle to the next level? That's the problem. So yeah. Manchester City against Liverpool. Manchester City beat Liverpool 3-0. A thoroughly convincing, comfortable win for Manchester City. A deserved win for the Blues. They were absolutely magnificent. In the first half especially, they were outstanding. I thought City absolutely dominated Liverpool. Could have scored more. They were brilliant. Haaland missed the penalty, but then he kind of said, okay, don't worry, I'm gonna forgive you for scoring, and he scored. Brilliant header. Second goal, Nico Gonzalez, where he tried for a shot and it went deflection. And the third goal, what a great goal! What an amazing goal! What an amazing goal from Jeremy Doku. Absolutely outstanding, absolutely superb. What a goal! Top quality finish. He cut right and then tried a shot. Amazing goal from him. And Manchester City were very good in this game. They were fantastic. I thought players like Nico Gonzalez. The way he performed in this game, it looked like it was like watching Rodri in this game. He was fantastic, and there were some games where he actually looked like Rodri. He hasn't been consistent, good enough, but he's been most of the games this season I've watched him. He's been good, but he has to keep it going, because if he can keep it going, then he could say he's the actual perfect replacement for Rodri. Defensively, he was so strong. On the ball, he's very good. The way he makes passes is fantastic. Defensively, he's very good. Going forward, he can score, as he showed in this game. Fantastic performance from him. Amazing. And Pep Guardiola, there's some players he didn't play, likes of Marmoush, Savinho, but he played likes of Bernardo Silva to give them that more, attacking, lesser protection midfield, but also attacking going forward, because Bernardo Silva can do a good job in both ways, like attacking and defending. But players like Jeremy Doku, he was absolutely amazing. Fantastic finish, like I said. Foden had a good game as well. City defensively, I thought they looked very, very strong. They didn't concede many goals, except the one from Van Dijk, which I'm going to talk about, by the way. But defensively, Man City looked very, very strong, very compact. Looked quite organized. And yes, you could say Liverpool were poor, and they were very, very poor. But at the same time, you have to give credit to City, because I think they conceded one shot on target for Liverpool. Yeah, so they were defensively very sound, very strong, compact, and going forward they were fantastic as well. It was a near complete performance from Manchester City side. So brilliant performance from Manchester City, and brilliant performance from Pep Guardiola, who it was his 1000th game as a football manager in his professional professional career as a football manager. I can't say my words. And obviously he's been an amazing manager, a great manager, one of the best managers of all time. If if you look at it in terms of opinions of everybody, but in my opinion, he's the greatest manager of all time. In my opinion, because the way he's changed the game, the way the football he's playing, the way he's won trophies, the tiki-taka, the style, scoring goals, brilliant attacking football. Not many coaches have done in the way that Pep Guardiola. A lot of coaches have tried to replicate Guardiola's style, but he's the one that he can do it. Amazing coach. That's for sure. An amazing manager. But City, like, he didn't play Reinders, by the way. Who I thought, he's been playing good for City, but he hasn't scored or hasn't getting a lot of goals and assists recently. So maybe he wanted, like I said, Nico Gonzalez and Bernardo Silva, like, in kind of, protection in the midfield, and also they can attack as well. They can score goals. Whereas Reinders is a very good player, but he hasn't scored assists a lot. But yeah, great performance from City, and for sure they proved they're going to be the main title challengers to Arsenal. Forget Liverpool. Liverpool look completely lost right now. Not completely lost, but they look lost in this game, and they looked lost in most of the games in the last 10 games, except Aston Villa and Real Madrid. But Man City looked very strong. They played very good football, and Nico O'Reilly, I thought he had an amazing game, by the way. So yeah, great performance from City, and a well-deserved win for the citizens. So well done, and for sure they're going to be the main challengers to Arsenal. I think, Arsenal, if there's a worry they might lose the title, it's Man City, and Man City will know they have the experience of winning titles, and Manchester City as well can go in a fantastic run towards the business end of the season when it really matters. So yeah, Arsenal, they're in a good position right now because they're top of the league, but at the same time, be careful. Liverpool, I mean, they look, they were very poor. They were very, very poor. Defensively, absolutely all over the place. Absolutely all over the place. They looked completely lost. Completely lost. Defensively. Kanate, absolutely all over the place. Robertson, very poor. Conor Bradley got absolutely cooked by Dooku. He did really well against his finishes, but Dooku absolutely cooked him. By pace, by strength, by power. I thought Conor Bradley could give him a good fight, but Dooku absolutely destroyed him. McAllister and Gravenberch not good enough. Wirtz not great, very poor from him. Salah didn't do much. The attack of Liverpool didn't do that great. They were not that something special. It was a very poor performance for Liverpool, and they were lucky to not concede with more goals. They were lucky that they didn't lose more than 3-0, because they should have lost 5 or 6-0. Haaland missed the penalty and City had some chances, etc. Liverpool, absolutely nothing from them, except one shot on target and the goal against Van Dijk, which was disallowed. Nothing, absolutely nothing at all. Very poor. And the way Arne Slot set up this game, not great at all. He went for a attacking setup. I mean, you can't really think you can go toe to toe with Liverpool. Sorry, go toe to toe with Manchester City. With City, especially when they have possession, they are good in possession. Yes, in this game, and you see Guardiola and Man City seeing that they are not so willing, not so important, not so relying on dominating possession as they were in the previous seasons. But when they have the possession, they're a very good team in when they have possession. They're a top quality team. So, and the way he set up this game slot, it was perfect for Guardiola. He was like, okay, you can have possession, you can attack. Okay, I can score goals in transitions. And Guardiola, you can clearly see this season he's adapted. He can play he can score. He can play from transitions and let other teams have the ball. He can attack as well, but not having a lot of possession. He's adapted really well, Guardiola. So because many people, especially last season, said, "Oh, he's stubborn, etc." But this season, so far, he has clearly shown that he is willing to adapt and he's not stubborn. But Liverpool, very, very poor performance for them. And talking about the goal, I mean, like, absolute joke. Absolute a joke. Listen, it doesn't take away from City's brilliance and the credit they deserve. City deserve to win. They were much better than Liverpool. And it's not an excuse for the pathetic performance of Liverpool. But I'm sorry, why that goal was disallowed? Like, that was an absolute joke, disgraceful decision. Why VAR ruled it out? Why did he rule it out? I have no idea. Because I remember a similar goal to the goal for Manchester City they scored last season against Wolves, and it was not disallowed. It was allowed. So why this time it's not allowed? It's not allowed. When you allowed this kind of goal in the Wolves Manchester City game last season, and you allowed it. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the same referee. It was the same referee in this game as it was the Wolves versus Manchester City game. Chris Kavanagh. It was exactly the same referee. I really don't understand. Like, I mean, like the people in the VAR must have done something stupid. They've done really something stupid. Like, why do you have to overrule it? Why? And Chris Kavanagh. I know sometimes the referees in the Premier League, when decisions happen, they go to the monitor and they change their mind all the time. It happens all the time in the Premier League. All the time. Whether it's wrong decision or right decision. But why can't you have the balls and say, no, I'm sticking with my decision? Why are you so afraid to not upset your bosses? Like, honestly, I feel like the Premier League referees, they feel like they don't want to upset each other. Like, I'm sorry, this is a harsh business. Wake up. This is the highest level of football. This is the Premier League, the pinnacle of the leagues. It's not amateur level. And you're like, I don't want to upset my colleagues. What is this? Kindergarten? Honestly, seriously, I mean, why you disallow this goal? Why? Last season it happened in the Wolves Man City game, and Robertson, by the way, yeah, you could say he was interfering Donnarumma, but there's not like a super like big interference, and he blocked Donnarumma, and Donnarumma didn't complain about it. The City players didn't complain about it, and Donnarumma still dived, and you give it as a foul, as an offside. Come on, my friend, come on. It's not fair. Very bad decision. And listen, City massively deserve to win, but you have to say the luck of Liverpool. No, there was no luck went in Liverpool's favour, except the safe penalty, but that didn't work still at the end because they conceded 3 goals. But again, despite the ridiculous disallowed goal, still the performance of Liverpool was shocking. It was shocking. It was horrendous. Very poor. They got super cooked by City. And they have to improve. Otherwise, they might be in a top 4 fight with the way they've been performing. So yeah, but deserve to win for Manchester City. They deserve to win, and there was some fantastic plays for City. Duku once again was amazing again, and he stepped up for a couple of times for City in some big games like Manchester United against Manchester United, for example. And this game he massively stepped up. So brilliant performance for him. Nico Gonzalez, brilliant performance for him. So and City, you need players who can step up. Not all the time Haaland. They need players, except Haaland, to step up. You know, and they have had players stepping up, especially against the big team like Liverpool, the Premier League champions. So well done. La Liga, Real Madrid drew 0-0 with Rayo Vallecano. However, Barcelona take advantage of it and they beat Celta Vigo 4-2. They were down to 10 men, but that was like so late in the game. It was already over. Red card from De Jong. Lewandowski scoring the hat-trick. Again, he's showing that age is not everything. Age is just a number, as they like to say it. But yeah, it's 3 goals. Lamine Yamal scored the game. He's been in good form actually since the El Clasico. After the Clasico, sorry. Still, Barcelona don't look the best defensively, but going forward, obviously they are. You know, everybody knows they are brilliant to watch, and now they are 3 points behind Real Madrid. Let's move on to Serie A as Inter Milan beat Lazio 2-0, who've not been the best this season. Roma beat Udinese 2-0. Napoli lose 2-0 to Bologna. That's a surprise defeat for Napoli, but Bologna are a very good team, so you know they're 5th in Serie A. And now the top of the leaders are Inter Milan, level on points with Roma, though as well. So, yeah, it looks like it's going to be a very exciting title race in Serie A, that's for sure. Now let's move on to Formula One.